This woman went on vacation and didn't recognize her home after coming back. Her husband did the impossible. Her husband literally forced her to go for a little vacation for the weekend, yet she felt something was disturbing her. Unreasonable anxiety sat right with her all the time. When she finally came back home and saw her husband's guilty eyes, she realized she was worrying for a reason. She only had to enter their bedroom doors to piece it all together. Miles and Kate Boyer were a loving couple with 3 children who lived in Springfield, Missouri. Kate was exhausted from a full-time job of raising 3 kids and desperately needed a little vacation. Yet she was uncertain about leaving them alone with their father for the 2 whole days. When she told Miles about her concern, his eyes lit up and gleamed in a strange way. Was he glad she was leaving? And could he manage it all without her? Watching his wife drive away to her destination, Miles' mischievous expression in his eyes indicated his secret intentions even more. When he and the kids waved goodbye, the man threw away to-do list his wife left him and was ready to enjoy every second of his long-awaited freedom. Miles quickly loaded the kids into the car, and their first destination was the local Walmart. Lawson, his son, looked staggered at his father's behavior. The man was extremely happy and full of energy while their trolley was filling up at light speed. Lawson couldn't stop asking questions, but the only answer he got was his father's strange smile and a shushing finger on his lips. Then Lawson looked at his sister with hope for some explanation, but Camille didn't seem to notice anything out of the ordinary. She was contemplating while walking alongside the shopping cart. Why did his dad buy all that stuff? Why was he behaving so strangely? Unfortunately, his brother James was also in his own world, looking with excitement at the colorful boxes on the shelves. Lawson started worrying. He knew from his shopping excursions with their mom that James' behavior was about to get out of hand and completely carried away. The father was confidently walking through the aisles with a hope to have enough strength to follow through with his daring plan. He'd almost purchased everything from his secret shopping list. And the kids were so obedient. Kate must have exaggerated everything, he thought, smiling. It was essential to keep his intentions a secret. When the man finally threw the last hammer into the cart, the ticking time bomb exploded. James started to wail wildly, and Miles instantly felt sick to his stomach. The public humiliation he was trying to prevent so hard was finally upon him. Boredom and low blood sugar finally broke James. It was everything Kate had described and more. Miles ran up to his crying son and tried to calm him down. Passers-by were looking at them with visible disapproval on their faces, while the man was trying to satisfy his 8-year-old son by resorting to dirty tricks. "How about a snack?" Miles asked, pulling the wrapper of one of the Twinkies he'd taken with him before leaving home. The magic worked, and James forgot about his tears, at least for the time being. The 4 made headway to the checkout line with a trolley full of secret stuff, but had the unsuspecting dad bitten off more than he could actually chew. Kate, as any other mother leaving her kids and husband alone at home, was completely prepared to meet the chaos when entering the main doors. She prayed the house would look the same way as when she left it, yet what she saw was definitely far from what she'd seen before going on vacation. Actually, Miles had a crazy idea to redecorate their bedroom, so he threw away all the furniture Kate had chosen so carefully and deliberately. Next thing the kids watched in awe was the torn-up carpet. The sheets of the concrete floor began exposing themselves. What was going on? With reckless determination, Miles continued to implement his foolhardy plan while not allowing the worries to sneak up. Kate would enter the door any minute now. What would she say? What would her reaction be? The man removed the old brown carpet and started painting the walls into a new color. He'd been working all day long, taking breaks to make sure the kids weren't hungry, and got bathed before going to bed. When the paint on the walls had dried, he set about laying the new floor. He polished the wood until it was sparkling. The next morning, Lawson, James, and Camille opened the door to the bedroom and were baffled by what they saw. The kids exclaimed in excitement that the room now looked like a dance studio. And they were right. With no furniture at all, it was empty and pretty spacious. The kids started spinning on their toes and pirouetting on the smooth floor. Then Miles began to fill the room with furniture, but not without a few modifications of his own. He cut out a huge rectangular slat of wood and covered it with a carefully chosen material. That's how a simple piece of wood turned into a new headboard for the outdated wooden sleigh-shaped bed. Finally, he was ready to add the last little details that would set the tone for the renewed bedroom. When finishing, Miles was definitely satisfied with his work. But the most important judge was still to come. The man was waiting in excitement for his wife, and when he heard her pulling into the driveway, he could barely contain his thrill. Kate's sixth sense switched on the moment when she saw the family was greeting her standing in a line. Miles' face showed emotion she couldn't read, but the woman knew something was going to happen when he led her upstairs to the bedroom. When Kate saw what Miles had done to their bedroom, she screamed and threw her hands to her face, and she started crying with happiness while the camera was recording her emotions. The bedroom was adorable and she absolutely loved it. Her husband had done the impossible. The old-fashioned and damaged carpet was replaced with new hardwood floors. The walls were painted in a new creamy color that gave off warm and cozy vibes. What the heck? She asked in awe. The thing is, the couple had bought that house with all their savings. It was built in 1891 and needed a lot of changes to be made they couldn't afford, and a new bedroom was Kate's big and long-time dream. Since the two couldn't afford a contractor, Miles decided to surprise his wife and renovate the bedroom on his own. As soon as Kate left home, he did his best to pull off the biggest surprise for Kate yet. The man put a serious effort into redecorating their room while managing to look after 3 kids. Her reaction when she returned home made it worth all the hard work, he said in an interview. You can watch the whole process of renewing the bedroom on a time-lapse video Miles uploaded to Rumble. It's been viewed over 1 million times and people were delighted by the heartwarming surprise this man did for his wife. Kate's expression in the video says it all. It was definitely one of the most remarkable moments in her life.